It's that time of the week where we power things up in anticipation for the weekend ahead.
And for those of you still on the fence, we're going to dive into your anxiety of e-bikes.
And we'll be discussing free ride. What is free ride? And starting off with the news, this from Scandinavia. Now we hear that Sweden was coming up with a 25% subsidy if you bought an e-bike. However, it has been so popular that they're thinking of pulling out of it. Can you believe it?
First you give, Steve, then you take it away. God, why would you give up on that? It sounds amazing.
I don't know. I guess you have to watch the space on that one, Mark.
Oh, don't give it up, please.
So, what's the gossip from around the world then? Well, it seems that Commensal World Cup rider Remy Thirion has been out on his Meta Power 29.
Yeah, enjoying
shooting
it.
a video. I'm looking forward to seeing that one, Remy, in the weeks ahead. Moving on to the Bosch eMTB challenge. Now, me and the Don did this a few weeks ago in Lake Garda. It was round 2 at Villingen in Germany last weekend, and looks like the crew of Steffi Maass, Kathy Kuipers and Rennie Wilderhaber can continue to do very well. They picked up podium places at that event.
It's a great event, actually. I've been talking about that on our race news show on GMBN, and the whole festival looked absolutely amazing in Villingen, so it's like very cool.
Big kind of competitors
so
and
many
crowds
people.
there.
Yeah,
huge event.
Very cool, very cool.
And then back across on the western side of the world, Curtis Robinson of the Coastal Crew up north of Vancouver. They've been out on their e-bikes, on their specialist Canevos. Classic comment there from Curtis. One guy said to him, keep it simple, why actually pedal if you don't have to? Curtis comes back and says, you're right, they ride themselves.
They virtually do. And don't they look like they're doing it the right way? Looks like a very nice ride out, that one, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And last week, actually, I was down in Windhill Bike Park shooting a free ride feature with Chris Smith. Came across this lovely family. They had 2 Merida e-bikes there, and they were towing the kids up and down the hill. So that was Jerry, Irene, Ace and Harvey.
Now, I'll tell you what, Steve, all I'm thinking as I look at that family, putting those e-bikes to such good use, why aren't you towing me up and down hills at Windhill Bike Park? I would sit in that thing perfect.
Well, Matt, it's time for feedback. I have to say, it's nice to have you back on the show as well.
It's lovely to be here.
I've seen you for about a month or so.
Yeah, I like my moments on EMBN.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I really love, I am a huge fan, as you know, so it's nice to be in here and taking part.
And I can't wait for later where you take apart the vault. Anyway,
yes, I'm gonna smash
moving
it.
on to feedback. Now, we had a feature on free ride with Chris Smith at Windhill Bike Park last week.
Cool.
Load of good comments on this video because we haven't done it before. Some negative ones as well. We have this in from Damien Plumetaz. What's your definition of free ride? For me, that's only bike park downhill, which we did. For me, free ride is more about going high in the mountain and then going down outside the trails that are not built for mountain biking. Well, yeah, I can see where that comes from when you look back at the free ride background in sort of North Shore, right?
Yeah, strong opinion.
Strong opinion, but then I think you could be careful because, you know, there's access issues and they're all different in different parts of the world. So I'm not so sure about that, Damien, on that comment. In reply to him, this one from Nicholas Allegra. This is what 99% of free riders do though. Going full where the trails end or rampage is out of reach for most people.
Yeah,
Big mountain free ride is cool, but only one part of free riding.
Yes. Yeah.
So what I did was I had a chat with Blake Sampson, who's a GMBN free rider.
He is. No one more expert in this area than Blake.
And this is what Blake had to say. He says, free ride is discipline of mountain biking. Downhill and dirt jumping mixed into one. Focusing more on trick, style and technical trail features. It's all about being steezy and fast.
I love that. That's so Blake. It's all about being steezy.
What does steezy mean, man?
It's style, man. You know, it's like when you like put a whip out there, you know, when you've taken a shot of one of those things and you're like, oh man, there there it is.
I just looked on in awe at some of the skills he had. It was amazing.
They are amazing riders, aren't they?
Yeah.
Amazing riders. Right, well, I've got this comment here to
Eddie Jeffries.
Bring in. Yeah, Eddie Jeffries.
And this is in reply to the free ride up feature as well, right?
Absolutely, yeah. This is all becoming pretty boring, isn't it? About time we started to make clips help people with health conditions and disabilities. that aren't interested in racing, free riding, jumping, etc., why not show techniques to use for when a rider doesn't have the luxury or benefit of being able to stand for any length of time or able to throw themselves around on a bike? Well, you know what, I mean, I guess it's an obvious thing to think e-bikes are about, you know, making things able that for people who are not able, but I don't see them that way. I see them as an innovation of mountain biking, of cycling in general. It does give access to so many people who are past the age where they thought they would go out mountain bike riding, and people with disabilities that mean they can just about handle it because the e-bike's so strong. And I think we cater really well for all of that side of it.
It's a huge wide audience, right?
It really is. I mean, I think the area of riding has grown with e-bikes, not narrowed. So, you know, pigeonholing is not what it's about for me.
It's not, and we will cover loads of material on EMBN in the future, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Midlife biker, that's a good one. That comes back and says, if I ended up back in hospital after this, Steve, I'm giving my GF your email address. What's your GF? Does he mean GP?
I think he means girlfriend.
Oh my God, sorry. I'm still on 10-foot tabletops and small gaps with the occasional bar turn, and this is the key point. This was both inspiring and entertaining, as I loved watching any master craftsman display their trade.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, I think you've got to watch those guys riding, except that sometimes you're seeing stuff that you just can't do. But let the inspiration flood in and let it take you out onto the trail.
Oh, absolutely,
love it,
Martyn,
love
absolutely.
it.
Now, I've been really fortunate over the last few years to be out and about on the trails and actually kind of get an insight into the factors that go into whether you buy an e-bike or don't buy an e-bike. And it's quite diverse, the worries and anxieties people have about their e-bike purchase. So I've come up with like a list of top 10 e-bike worries, Mark. So should we go through some of the main ones, I think? Yeah,
let me kick it off. This one's one I've heard a lot. Will it spoil my fun on a non-e-bike? So will riding an e-bike ruin the bike I've already got? Well, I think for me, there's an answer, you know, not at all. You know, potentially it will improve it because you will potentially have ridden a lot more downhill than you did before, which is kind of a paradox, but that is what happens with e-bikes.
It's not like the end of the world. It's not like a wall goes down and goes, you're not allowed back in the non-e-bike world, is it?
No, it's just a different way of riding. It opens up a lot of doors. Maybe improves your riding in general.
Number 2, I think, is will it prevent me or will it kind of stop me from using my non-e-bike in the future? Of course it will not. I mean, you can use your road bike, your trials bike, you can use any bike you will. It does, like I said in the previous, it doesn't stop there if you buy your e-bikes. I wouldn't worry about that because I ride all kinds of bikes anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little bit like looking at it like as different as a road bike is to a mountain bike. It's another thing, you know. It's
just another bike.
It's just another way, right? 2 wheels, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just different fun. Now this is a key one. People worry about, I even got the question last week, what if something goes wrong mechanically with the e-bike? And I'm sure there are instances out there with motors and batteries where there are problems. However, from our experience, now we're 6 months in with our e-bikes and we have not had one problem whatsoever with a motor or a battery. However, things such as suspension, chains, brake pads, tyres, we go through a huge amount of that. However, when it comes to batteries and motors, absolutely zero problems. So hopefully that might go some way to put in those worries aside.
It's a really good point. What about this one? Can I go riding with my friends who don't have an e-bike? Well, of course you can. I mean, I understand the problem because, you know, if you're going out on your e-bike, you might have friends that are going to look at it and go, hang on a minute, and there's the word cheating comes in or whatever. But really, once you go for a ride on one of these bikes, most people who get on an e-bike instantly get it. You're like, and it just means you're going to do it in a way that potentially is more fun than it was before. And I tell you what, let your friends have a go. I'm sure their answer's going to be exactly the same.
Funny you should say that. I actually bumped into a guy on the trail yesterday and they borrowed, there's 3 of them, and they borrowed a bike off their mate just to see what it was like, kind of dabbling with it. But I think more than that, you know, will you go riding with the other mates? Yes, you will. And probably what you might find you doing is you be riding in eco mode while they're, you know, obviously on their non-e-bike. But it depends on your rider weight and your skill levels. There's such a diversity of mountain bikers anyway. It's just e-bike is just throwing it in the mix.
Yeah, and like I say, everyone's got different levels, so it doesn't really matter. We're all at a different point in our riding every time, you know, we go out. So yeah, it's a good way to look at it.
And this one is, will I get unfit? Absolutely guarantee you not. You will not get unfit if you get an e-bike. I promise you, you will be doing more riding. You'll actually get more tired if you bike an e-bike. You'll be doing double the amount of riding. You won't have to worry about going out in the rain or any weather like that. And you'll find yourself hammering. So it's actually a bit of an art riding an e-bike, which you've got to adapt to. You might find that you're getting super hungry and it's a bit of an interesting one, but definitely will not get unfit.
Yeah. On that point, actually, Blake Sampson, we referred to him earlier on. He's such a great rider. He was telling me about an e-bike ride he does in the Isle of Wight, where he lives, the other day. 33 miles e-bike ride. He came back, and I mean, Blake is strong, isn't he? We know how he's a fit guy.
Tough nut.
He was dead. He was dead. He said it was one of the hardest rides he's ever been on. He absolutely loved it. Absolutely.
What about this then, Mark? Does it feel like, it feels like I'm being forced to buying one? Now, if you actually read a lot of the comments on different websites around the world, there's a lot of e-bike haters. They'll definitely make you think this, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And it's hard to get away from all that absolute garbage which is written. So
the hate, I mean, the haters, you know, it's usually people ignorant to what it is, usually haven't tried it, presuming it's a certain thing. I feel like the pressure, and I understand it, the pressure that people maybe feel about buying an e-bike is because there is a real movement in the cycling industry about how good this technology is, what it means for how many people are going to go riding bikes. And it's a really, really good thing. It's a positive thing.
It's a boom, Martin.
It is a boom. We're in the middle of a boom. Nice.
Boom this one then.
Yes.
Am I cheating? It's a big worry. It really is. You hear it so many times. But look, who are you going to be cheating? Ultimately, it's you, the rider, decides how far and how hard you go on your e-bike. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Quick fire one here. There's no need for e-bikes. If the hill is too steep, I'll walk. Well, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. But yeah, if you've got a normal bike and you've got a steep hill you can't get up it, you can walk. You could still do the same on an e-bike. It's possible to find a hill you can't ride up, but it's going to be a pretty big, long
A bit
hill.
like a trials bike, right? There's always those banks that you can't conquer.
You can't win.
5 every time of the day.
You can't win. You can't win. Number 9, like this one Steve's come up with. Yeah.
I didn't come up with this. This is literally someone on the trail said, you know, I'm a bit worried what my mates will think.
What will your mates think?
They're probably thinking the same as you.
Yeah, can I have a go? Can I have a go on it?
Yeah. But look, ultimately, it's about the big question you probably are all asking yourself is, why do I ride mountain bikes?
Yes. Yeah.
And it's very simple, isn't it? I mean, and e-bikes, they say money can't buy happiness. I think they can with e-bikes, but ultimately it's about ripping through the woods, being in the woods, sharing time with your friends, having a workout. Yeah. E-bikes has got all those things, the same things as you do with mountain biking.
But more of it!
Mark, check out the tech of the week this week, and it's a new Specialized Kenevo and Troily paint job. Troily. Now this is what the Troily, the man himself, had to say about this paint job. He says, the Levo has really changed my life and my friends' lives. We are having more fun than ever, riding more trails and hearing about the more capable Kenevo. I just couldn't wait to get some paint on it.
What? That is from the words of mouth of Troily himself.
Troily himself, yeah.
He's having it.
He's a big e-bike fan. Look at that.
Oh yes! Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think we're going to see much more of this in the future, Martin.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. I love that. I love it when there's a bit of detail gone in, saying it's a bit special, and that is cool. That is cool. And he's not gone too far with it either.
He hasn't.
Sometimes he does get a bit carried away. But that one is nice. I'd ride that for sure.
Yeah, you're a big man on custom paint jobs, Martin.
Yeah, I do. I like a custom paint job either on a bike or a helmet. I'm looking at getting a new helmet done actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Go on.
Yeah.
Give us
an
insight.
I can't show you. No, secret.
Watch this
Look
space.
At this space. Yeah,
Watch
but I don't know if it's as nice as that. That is very cool. Troily riding e-bikes.
Yep.
Fun. Right, climb of the week.
Climb of the week.
This one's pretty special. It's from Carlos Bruno, who I'm sure he's coming on GMBN in the
he's
past.
a veteran. He's a veteran, I think.
So thanks for staying involved. He sent us this climb on a curved set of steps.
Martyn, can you give me the technicality of this, about how it...
Well, let me run you through it. If you see him, Carlos coming, he's got to keep his weight so far forward. But then once you go forward, keeping your weight on the front end of the bike and on the inside of the corner is really difficult.
Because you could keep that bike upright. Yeah. That is a technical climb.
Really difficult. A really cool angle, and I think that's something, if you've got an e-bike, you should really try. Yeah. So it's hard to ride into a set of steps with some confidence. But if you're on a full sus e-bike, you've got that power, and it feels amazing. Yeah. When you're just like, I'm riding up steps.
Get your phones out, get your tripods out, or just lean it at the bottom of the step. We want to see these climbs from all parts of the world in the next few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. And Carlos, you nailed it. Okay, big news. I have got our first EMBN competition where you can win 1 of 10 of these Park Tools adjustable torque drivers.
Wow, so you're not all talk here?
I'm not all talk this time, I mean
yes, you are, you're all talk.
Look at this. This, you can be used for nipping up all those nuts and bolts all around on your bike.
I think that's going to come especially handy on motor nuts and bolts.
Yeah, and it is so important to get everything right, doing it up. It shouldn't be as tight as you can possibly do it.
I tell you what, you cannot beat a quiet bike. It's the best feeling ever.
Absolutely, and this is going to help you do it. There's 10 of them to win, so you can click on the link in the description down below for your chance. Follow that link and get involved in the competition.
So neat. Win these. So neat, right?
Really like it. Nice. We are going to announce the winner in 2 shows' time. 2 shows' time.
Get stuck in.
Get involved. Try and win.
And finally, it's that time of the week where I have to pack my bags and let Martyn Ashton take over the EBIKE vault because I simply haven't got the access codes to what's correct and incorrect.
No. I'm into the bike vault already. This week we've got some smashers. I'm going to be very strict. I'm not going to let Steve just run away with it. Some kind of random super nice explosion.
But I got a nice one on the first one then, Martyn.
Right,
Adam Green from the Rhondda Valley.
Yes.
The Rhondda Valley.
Yes, now we're both living in Wales and loving it.
Loving the Rhondda Valley.
So this is on a high from the start. There's 2 in the shop, but they're both very nice. One's a fat bike.
And one's a Rotfield from Germany.
Yeah.
And we haven't had a Rotfield on the show yet.
Yeah, you know what? That's the first time I've ever realised that's how you say it.
Rotfield.
I always used to say Rottwild.
It is Rottwild.
But Rotfield.
It's Rotfield.
Rotfield. Yeah. They're both very nice. It's nice. It's nice. It's not stunning, is it? It's not nice. Give it a nice, Steve. Give it a nice.
Okay, I'm going to hold back.
Keep your powder dry.
Now, this next one, I have to say...
Ooh.
I have to say, that is punchy, right?
Yeah, Clint Churchill in Idaho.
And we've never had Idaho before.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That is super nice.
Thank you very much, Martyn.
Super nice. Oh, appreciate that one. That is a lovely looking bike.
Yeah.
Right, next one. We have got Dan Copeland in Forest Hill Divide, Auburn, California.
There's a lot of American e-bikes around, you know?
Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
It's nice.
It's a nice river. It's like the Wye Valley.
Yeah.
Wye Valley.
Actually, you know what? Now I take a second glance. That is quite a good shot, isn't it?
It is a good shot. It's got some nice elements in it, Martyn.
You're right. It's nice. Next bike. Not sure who this one's from.
Next bike is a high bike with no name.
We don't know who this is from, but if it's yours, you'll know. So this will mean everything to you.
I love the colours.
When I say that is a definite nice. It's nice.
You're such a wind-up.
Yeah, that is
nice.
I like the colour.
Look at the pedals and everything.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that.
John T, Orange County.
That's super nice for me. Love it.
Simple as that.
6 rats. Love the stick.
You love the stick?
Yeah, it's cool. I'm out riding. Just using a stick to prop it up. Why not?
Orange County, though.
Throw away.
Orange County.
Yeah.
Super nice, right?
Super nice. Next up. Oh, look at that.
Now we don't get many. We do not get many downhill bikes, and we certainly do not get many downhill bikes with mudguards that long.
Looks good though, doesn't it? I mean,
it's quite different.
Usually I would be like, no, that is no, but it works.
Can I stop you there? Can I just show the cameraman? What do you reckon? The downhill bike with a mudguard.
I like it.
Thoughts?
Josh just passed out.
Josh is shaking his head. I think it's I like it. I think it's great.
I think it's brave. I think it's bold. I think it's a definite super nice, and it's a good shot.
Absolutely.
I mean,
look
come
at
on,
that. Skimming the horizon.
Dropper.
Nice one, Lars. Lars Lang from Germany. Super nice.
What hasn't that bike got?
Next up, Marco Salmoni from Grenchen in Switzerland.
Another downhill bike that we never get, but this one hasn't got a mudguard.
Hasn't got a mudguard, and it's got orange grips.
Other than that, it's identical.
It's identical, but it's not quite as punchy.
But it just goes to show what a great example of why a bike can be nice or super nice. Because this one ain't getting it super nice. Do
you know what? I'm learning as the weeks go by.
See the difference?
Yeah, I can see that.
Now Marco Salmoni knows what he could have done.
He did. Yeah.
Ouch.
Moving on.
Right. Martyn Kavalic. Kavalic, yes.
Now, yes. Martyn, you didn't actually say where you're from, but I'm loving the bluebells and I'm loving the
Voodoo.
Voodoo. Oh, of course, that's a Voodoo, right?
I really like that. Yeah. Hardtail.
That's going to be... Nice. Those are good value for money, I think.
You know what? I like to have seen a dropper on that.
Dropper?
A dropper, but it is still very good.
Yeah, it's not super nice, though, is it?
I was going to...
Were you?
I mean, trail going off in the distance, bluebells. What do you want, Steve?
You're a difficult man to work with sometimes, Ashton, I tell you.
Super nice. Right. Oh, now, don't like a front-on shot myself.
Well, I like a 3/4 shot myself.
I'm out. Is that the technical term?
It's a 3/4 shot, and it's from Ryan in Pisgah Forest, NC. That's New York County, right?
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
Is it? Where's NC?
Yeah,
Bit of technical help here from behind the camera.
Yeah. We've lost. He hasn't recovered from the mudguard.
He's not. Yeah. What's propping that bike up there, Martyn?
That is
a tripod. It's a tripod.
It's a tripod.
Now I have never. Can we zoom in on this? I've never seen this technique.
It's clever though. Oh no, it's like a little.
Hold on. That is a custom
work stand.
Whoa! Hold on a minute. That's a jack. That's a trolley jack style, right? Not trolley jack. I mean a car jack style.
That's clever, isn't it?
That's got to be... Now, that has obviously got to be in Ryan's back garden for that to happen.
Unless he took that weird tripod out on the ride with him, which would have been quite awkward.
That's quite a weight.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, Ryan, if that's your backyard, that is one hell of a backyard. And I really like the all-black stealth bike. I'm going to have to insist that that's a super nice. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, Martyn.
I have taught you nothing.
Super nice.
After all that, you give it a super nice.
Sorry.
It's on a car jack.
That is absolutely
We're
priceless.
out the bike bowl. Oh man, that was a good one. I like that a lot.
Trolley jack. Trolley jack. Where the did you get that from?
Now, make sure you have got to send your bike into the bike vault.
With the jack.
Don't want to miss it out. No car jacks. Been a great show this week. Love being back.
All talk.
Yeah, all talk.
Don't forget to get your
get involved in this. You've got to hit the link in the description down below. Steve's new to this, and you can win one of the 10 packs of these.
Perfect. I couldn't have said it better myself, Martyn.
You've kind of run the talk joke out, but never mind. Never mind. We've got some great stuff
coming up. Pretty tight, though, isn't it?
What? Oh no. Oh come on. Right. No more.
Okay, right.
Right, we've got some great stuff coming up on the channel this week.
Yeah.
You're really going to enjoy. Why don't you start by checking out our 5 essential eMTB skills.
Yeah, and also coming up is the second in the series of 1,000 Foot Dead, and this time it's with Georgia Leslie. It's a cracker, I tell you.
Great video, that one.
Yeah.
And you could stick with us right now, actually, by clicking here to see the free ride video with Chris Smith that we've been talking about.
Yeah, that was a belter.
Yes.
Yeah, a belter. Yeah, and if you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up for today's show, right, Mark?
Thumbs up.